Hello, welcome to our program, our religious program. I'll be having here with us our superior senior evangelist, Charles Agbaza, from Celestial Church of Christ, Lully Parish, here in Cheverly, Maryland. You are welcome to our program, sir.
Yes.
Can you please tell us a brief description about yourself and how you come about Celestial Church of Christ?
Well, like Mr. Deba just said, my host, my name is Charles Agbaza, most superior evangelist Charles Agbaza. I became a member of the Celestial Church of Christ 1968. And then by 1975, I became a shepherd in this church back home in Nigeria. And then briefly, that same year, I was opportune to come over to this country, and I've been here since then. I'm actually the first shepherd of the Celestial Church of Christ in this country. I went to school here. I went to Howard, but my study is not related to my current profession. I received the call of God, and that is why I became a shepherd in this church.
So, can you tell us briefly, the inception of Celestial Church of Christ worldwide?
Celestial Church of Christ came into being 1947. The founder of the church is Samuel Bilewu Joseph Oshofa, a carpenter by profession. And he had gone to the forest in order to cut some timber wood. And in the process, he heard this voice. There was this intense light. And from there, he heard a voice, and he was told that he was being commissioned to bring the word of God to the people of the world. And then, at that very time, he was shown 3 different creatures. The creatures that we know, I'm going to give the names very quickly, but there was something peculiar about them. One was a monkey, the other one a peacock, and the last one a snake. But they had wings, they had something that made them look different from the regular appearances of these creatures. And then the voice said to him that I'm calling you. And this call, the greeting that was given to him is Lully. And he was asking, what do you mean by Lully? He said, I'm greeting you. Lully means grace. That the grace of heaven had come to Samuel Bilewu Joseph Oshofa because of the commission to which he has been called. And that he will need to go to the war and minister unto the war. And that God promised that he was going to validate this calling by signs and wonders, but then told him specifically that you should watch out, that these 3 creatures have different characteristics and that they reflect the nature of man. The monkey has a very cunning nature, the peacock reflects pride, and then the snake reflects danger and ability to do harm to people and not caring. And that these are the people that he will minister to, that they are in every walk of life. But that these are the people that he will minister to and who eventually will come to embrace this church and become followers. That even when they become converted, some people will not have been able to shed these characteristics. But that these people will be there, and so he should be prepared. But that the Spirit of the living God will continue to guide him as to how he will run the church. So the church started in the small state of Dahomey. Now the name has changed to the Republic of Benin, but it's a very small country, and that is where he started. And of course, Samuel Bilewu Joseph Oshofa is, after the parents had children that would not survive, he became the surviving child. And so there was something peculiar about him. And so it was not surprising when the parents discovered that he has a call.
Okay, now, so what you are saying right now, sir, is that Celestial Church of Christ is a divine church from God.
Yes, Celestial Church of Christ is a divine church from God, and it started there, but then spread, to Nigeria. And when it came into Nigeria around 51, 52, it took off because Nigeria is a much bigger place compared to the Republic of Benin. And so it eclipsed almost all of the regions. The then regions in Nigeria, regions have changed to states now in Nigeria. And it is from there that I also came to this country. So we have Celestial Church of Christ has gone to virtually every continent in the world as of today.
Okay, now, during this program, we're going to have a lot of questions coming up.
Of course.
And, the general public, the viewers of this program,
Yes.
they might be sending in questions.
Yes.
And further after today's program,
Yes.
we're going to be having you back, for this show. And my next question right now is that, is there anything that actually convinced you personally before you actually became a Celestial Church of Christ member?
That is very interesting. And this is particularly unique to me, but then it is connected, to the church based on the question you just asked. I was born 1940. At 1947, there was an eclipse of the sun. And it engulfed the whole world that we knew at that time. And there was total darkness for almost about 2-3 hours. There was stampede. People were running all over the place, scared, thinking that the world was coming to an end. After a while, the darkness, moved off. It was that night, as a 7-year-old boy, I came out to ease myself. And Fokedos, where I was born, is separated from Lagos, the known, very popular city in Nigeria, by the Atlantic Ocean. And as of this time in question, there was no electricity in the area of Fokedos where I lived. And so when I came out, it was pitch dark night. And then almost all of a sudden, I was easing myself. I noticed that there was this intense light that stretched all the way. I couldn't see the end, came in the form of a pyramid and covered me. At that instant, as a 7-year-old boy, I developed goosebumps immediately and was wondering, what is this? And you could see the periphery between the light and the darkness, as in the circular form of the pyramid on the floor. But you could see the brightness. It was so bright. But I could not see the end of the light. And as I was trying to get myself together and harmonize to the situation, I realized that inside this light, there was a choir singing. And I'm wondering, so my attention, was arrested the more. And I'm wondering, what kind of light is that in this light? And even as this was going on, the next thing I could hear the flailing wing of the angels. Clack, 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 that kind of noise.
Okay, we're gonna need, to, probably maybe reschedule this,
Yes.
The following questions.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your coming
Yes.
for this program.
Yes.
I really appreciate because we've been hearing a lot about Celestial Church of Christ,
Yes.
but we are not really sure.
Yes.
And people out there, they are wondering, what is this church about? And I also found out that you are wearing a white cloth with no shoes on.
Yes.
Can you tell me, very brief, about
Celestial
the
Church
reason
of
why
Christ is a white garment church. We were told, when I became a member, that you have to be in your white. The whiteness of a garment is meant to reflect commonality that will come in a simple manner to the church.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much. We have been hearing from our God-fearing person, Most Superior Evangelist Charles Agbaza from Celestial Church of Christ, Lully Parish, here in Cheverly, Maryland. During the next edition of this program, we'll be hearing further. And if you have any questions, you can send your question in, and we'll be happy to attend to all these questions. Thank you very much once again, sir. May God continue to strengthen you with His power. Thank you.
Thank you, and I hope that good Lord will bless the hearing public.
Okay,
Thank you.
Right.